What gold and silver coins should you buy that are graded versus non-graded? How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Empire Precious Metals. Today, I want to answer a very good question, valid question, common question within the stacking and collecting community. And this is from channel member Brent. Thank you, Brent, for the question. And he asks, what gold and silver coins should you buy that are graded versus non-graded? And if you can pick up a silver round for only $1 or $2 more than the non-graded, should you buy it? All right, so first things first, let's talk about the types of gold and silver coins that you should buy graded. And those coins simply would be the numismatic stuff and the collectible stuff with low mintages. So, for example, those of you that don't have this book, this is the red book. You can easily pick this up on Amazon, relatively cheap. I usually just put in a couple of post-its to the most common coins that I buy and sell. And this is essentially a price guide of all American coinage dating back, way back to like 1700s, up to stuff today. Now, when it comes to slabbed and graded, we're talking about things like this, right? This is a slabbed and graded Morgan dollar, 1921. And when you have a numismatic piece like this, when I say numismatic, you're talking about something that has very little imperfections. Usually what you're going to want to do is send it in for grading if you happen to have it raw. And usually you'll get the stuff back graded with a high grade as long as you know what you're looking for. If something's all chewed up, dinged up, scratched up, etc., doesn't have the luster that this one does, you're not going to want to send it in for grading. But typically you're going to want to buy collector's pieces such as this one. And, you know, there's piece dollars. I mean, essentially everything can be sent in to grading. There's two main grading companies as well that you want to keep in mind, and that's PCGS, which seems to be the industry's preferred company to deal with when it comes to grading. But then you also have NGC. Now, when you want to buy the numismatic stuff, you want to go with the slabbed graded coins. And as you go up with the mint state rating, you're going to be paying quite a hefty premium. So when you're going to be buying slabbed and graded coins, you want to kind of get numismatic stuff such as this. In addition, you're going to be looking for gold graded items. You want to get stuff like this. This is the Pre33 Gold, which is very popular within the stacking community. Now, this to me is extremely important for you to understand that you can buy non-slabbed and graded Pre33 Gold for a lot less than if you were to buy it in the slab. Now, Pre33 Gold, for those of you that don't know, refers to U.S. gold coins that were minted before 1933 when the United States government stopped issuing gold coins for circulation and recalled much of the gold in private hands through the Executive Order 6102. Now, these coins, they're made of 90% gold and 10% copper for durability. So some common coins for the Pre33 Gold would be the $20 double eagle. So the St. Gaudens, which is this one here, very high grade, beautiful coin. You could just see, just look at that stunner. Again, MS65. So you're going to be paying quite a bit as you go up with the MS rating. $10 eagles. So you have the Liberty and the Indian heads, right? So this is one right here, the Indian and the Liberty. The Indian tends to be a bit more expensive. Look at that coloration, just beautiful. These I have MS64s. You also have the $5 half eagles. Let's see if I have the $5. Here you go, a $5 half eagle, also in an MS64. I don't believe I have an Indian head for that. Oh, and here's an MS64 Liberty. But you get the gist. So when you're buying slabbed and graded, you want to buy the Pre33 Gold slabbed and graded. Here's why. When you buy the slabbed and graded Pre33 Gold, there is no question as to what condition that gold coin is. If you are going to buy Pre33 Gold that's raw, just know that you are buying it because you're getting a good deal And that's why you're buying it, just kind of for stacking purposes. Sometimes you could get stuff that's all scratched up or cleaned or have, other blemishes and issues with them. Sometimes they're used for jewelry, worn as a pendant in a necklace. So you're going to be paying less of a premium on those coins. However, when you go to resell those coins, to sell them to a business or to another collector, most likely you are going to get paid. You're going to be paid less. You're going to be paid less than what you want to be paid for that coin. You might think something is in a much better grade, and the other person is going to try to negotiate and tell you that it is a lesser grade. Why would they want to pay you more? They're not going to want to. So when you are buying your Pre33 Gold, and I kind of learned this the hard way, I was buying a lot of Pre33 Gold raw, and when I was going to sell it, I was having a difficult time selling it. Even with my current platform, I have a decent social media presence, right? We're looking at 45,000 subscribers here on YouTube, another 6,000 on Insta, and another 6,000 on TikTok. And even then, I was having a difficult time selling the gold coins for what I was told when I picked them up at a coin shop and also a wholesaler. So when I switched over to the Pre33 Slabbed stuff, there's no question. You look in the guidebook, you'll see what the price is, and you negotiate from there. It takes out all uncertainty and doubt, all right? So I really recommend, if you're buying the slabbed coins and you want to buy slabbed coins, you should get them in PCGS holders and make them, the Pre33s. Don't buy them raw. The other thing too is when it comes to silver, and I was saying like low mintage stuff like this, for example, this is an error coin, which I broke the story on this coin back in 2000, I want to say 2001, 2020, I forget the exact year. But this is, actually I can look right now. Let's see, when was this? This article that was written 2021, July 2021. All right, so only a limited amount of these coins were discovered. This is a mule error coin. Essentially, this is a 2018 coin. But what happened was, 2021 coin, but they used an old obverse die. So it was struck with the 2018, even though it was a 2021 coin. So Perth Mint, they said that yes, they confirmed that this was minted in error. There were 400 of these before they figured out the error. I got this in an MS70. Something like this, a collectible piece, you're going to want to have slabbed and graded. When it comes to coins like this, all right, this is a Perth, what is this? A lunar year of the tiger. I love this coin. I was able to get this for a deal through a subscriber who will remain anonymous, but we did a trade and I was able to get this slabbed and graded, limited mintage. I forget the mintage. I want to say 5,000. Now, typically, I wouldn't buy this coin in a slab just because I don't care that much whether or not these coins are in perfect condition. I buy them and I put them in capsules and put them in tubes, and that's it. I just add to my collection, as many of you have seen. But because of the deal that I was able to get, I ended up going with this in a slab. So to answer that second part of your question, if you could pick up a silver coin or a gold coin for only a couple of bucks over the raw value in a slab, absolutely buy it. 100%. If it's relatively inexpensive, buy it. You're now getting not only the collectability aspect because it's in the slab, but you also have to remember sending coins in for grading can cost anywhere between 25, 30 bucks per. So you're getting that, extra value built in, if you will. So I always say, if you're able to get a gold coin or a silver coin that's slabbed and graded, and it's going to cost you the same or just a little bit over than if you were to buy it raw, then absolutely you should buy that coin. So to recap, numismatic coins, slabbed and graded, collectible coins, slabbed and graded, coins that you can get for roughly the same price as if it were raw in a slab, definitely do it. And you want to be getting Pre33 Gold, but you want to get it slabbed and graded unless you're just stacking it for weight. Lastly, get yourself the red book. It doesn't matter if it's off by a year or two. You can pick up the 2025. I believe they're available now. Doesn't really matter. The information doesn't really change all that much, but highly recommend that you pick up this book. And I hope that this video helped a lot of you out. Let me know in the comments below, do you agree with my assessment on buying slabbed Pre33, numismatic stuff, and collectibles, or do you think it's all a big waste of time?